Greetings, minions, spaced invaders, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade playing Empyrion, Galactic Survival, and this is episode 27. First off, I would like to give a huge shout out to a very valued person in our YouTube gaming community. This person doesn't have any videos of her own yet. She's working on it. She's a seasoned citizen, and I won't quote her age because, well, I come from the background of a gentleman never asks and a lady never tells. But needless to say, this lady's accomplishment of being an elder person and playing video games, in my eyes, is a great accomplishment. It's a great thing. My parents are in their early 70s, and, well, my mom's a technophobe, and my dad just isn't interested. So for somebody that is a seasoned citizen to be interested in video games and all that, I think that's a great thing. On top of that, this person, she comments on a lot of gamers' channels. I think it's Midnight Designer, Indums, Games for Kicks, Haladmer, I think even Joe the Pirate, and possibly many more that I'm not aware of. But basically she comments on these videos, and a lot of people have seen her. She's very encouraging. She's very sweet. And I would really love for you guys to just welcome her with open arms, because she is a really valued and good person to have around. And I think a good shout out to her is well deserved. So Shirley Curry, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, but also for being a welcome presence in comments and to see you around on other people's channels. And I think you've even been in a couple of their live streams. But I'm really glad to have you around and to get to talk and get to know you. So thank you very much. Everybody else, whenever you see her, she'll brighten up your day. She's a great person. So I just wanted to give that quick shout out to her, and to make her feel welcome, because it's people like her that you rarely see involved in video games, and she's just a pleasant presence to have around, and yeah. So thank you very much, Shirley. Everybody else, when you see her in a comment, whether it's my videos or someone else's, give her a pleasant hello and be nice to her. All right. So anyways, let's get to the business at hand. I just wanted to make sure that she got recognized for the awesomeness that she is. In this episode, we are going to build a proper starport. And I was planning on doing some more work on the Star Fury, but I figure, you know what? In order to do additional work on it, the present facilities just won't do. And so I'd take her to space, but I come across two problems. One is getting the hell shot out of it and potentially losing it and dying. And the other is gravity's been a royal pain in my ass when it come to this build. And I don't want to lose another ship to gravity, getting sucked into the planet and kaboom. So we are going to try to do something that I haven't seen anybody else do in the Empyrion Let's Play videos. We are going to do what I would consider a hybrid build. Now, what I mean by this is, if you look at the blocks for making a base, they're friggin' huge. And it's like a one size, it doesn't fit all, but it's going to be forced to fit all. And the way I'm looking at this is, alright, if base and capital ship or capital vessel size blocks have to be this big, and ground vehicles and space vehicles or small vehicles are this small, Well, let's put it like this. You get more flexibility with a smaller block, more use of resources, but more flexibility than you do with a honkin' huge block. Right? So, I'm going to try to figure a way to combine the two to make a functional base platform. And so, without much further ado, let's get cracking at it, shall we? Now, the first thing I wanted to do, and this is something that I believe I made mention in a previous episode as a future to-do kind of thing, is we want to build a building platform dedicated to space vehicles. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get it from this angle. So chances are we're going to be in the water a bit. So please bear with me. It's as annoying to me as it may be to you. Alright, so we got that part done. Now, let's extend this out like so. A little Boba Fett up there. Whoosh. Now, I apologize that I timed this kind of badly. I was hoping to get full sunlight for this build, but I kind of had to run around getting the parts all together, and yeah, so it timing was a little off on this, but I wanted to get this hammered out as soon as possible, because it will probably take some time. Alright, so now we can do that. Excelente. And let's see if I can back up a little bit more. Now, the thing about a hybrid build, at least as I've dreamed it up, because here's the thing, when I go to bed, I'm a rabid insomniac. And I just have a hyperactive mind. I'll lay in bed and all I'll think about is, well, if it's not video games, it's politics, it's themes of religion, it's philosophy. I mean, I have a broken leg. No, I just have a very active mind when it comes to whatever things I'm interested in. And so the other morning, I was laying in bed, and I'm thinking, how am I going to make something for this game that hasn't been seen before, has a great deal of practical use, something that people can learn from and enjoy, and help me get my Starfury build completed without getting stuck in space or shot down or anything like that. So as I'm laying there, I'm thinking, okay, well, I wanted to build a spaceport off the side of my base. And I thought, okay, the blocks... Oh, damn, I'm going to keep breaking shit, ain't I? Anyway, I kept thinking, alright, I want to build it off the side, but I also want to make it so that, the blocks are too big. I want to make it so that everything will work just right. And to me, it seemed like the only way to really make things work right would be to merge the different size blocks. So I was kind of thinking, alright, how am I going to do that? And the only way I can think of is, well, you got to have small vehicle parts, and you have to have large base parts. And to make them mesh together, you kind of have to force them to work together like a jigsaw puzzle, so that tab A fits in the slot B, that kind of thing. And after about a half hour, 45 minutes, I guess, just laying in bed and thinking about it, I kind of came up with this concept, which I am building for you now. Now the main thing I need to worry about is this thing's got to be big enough to handle the Star Fury. And I measured it out, and I figured that for a little room for flexibility, I am going to need to make it probably about 9 blocks wide, if I remember the numbers right. So let's see if I can get this right and show it on camera. So that we'll figure it as part of the ship. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and about 7. So if you add space on the sides, it'll be about 9 blocks wide. And I'm actually thinking about going 11 blocks wide, just for the added space and flexibility, because we're going to have to roll around it a bit. So I hope you're still following me on this, because I'm going to get myself a little lost. But anyways, let's see. We got... Alright, so... 1, 2... Actually, we want to probably just go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And man, it's a good thing we're not in 7 days to die, because this would collapse on me for sure. Alright, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you might be saying, Silverblade, why don't you just click drag? Yeah, this game doesn't like me to click drag. Sad but true, my friends. It just doesn't want me to do it. If I do it, sometimes I can do it and it works out fine, and then there's times just like excessive build stuff comes out. Kind of like that. It just kind of makes me want to crap my pants for a second. So, yep. And see, can we get that underneath there? This is the hairy part of it. There we go. Alright, so we got the width done. Now for the length, we're going to do the same for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, we'll probably just go 9, because it doesn't need to be as long as it does need to be wide. So that should cover it. So we'll try to do the click drag on this if we can reach it. Oop, 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 oop. No, I ain't gonna cut. Ain't gonna fly. See, it gets invisible and you can't see where you're going with it. At least for me. I know you guys with the faster computers probably not have any problems with this, but for me I have to work twice as hard to do like twice as little. Alright, so we can come across here. Basically, I'm just framing it out so that when we get up on top, I don't have to jump down again. Although chances are I'm going to fall in the water again, because, you know, it happens. Now, between the last episode and this episode... Oh, hello! No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, you guys need to, like, get out of my face. And... because I know you're hungry for a silver blade treat. Alright. Probably used way too much ammo on that one critter, but I apologize for nothing. I regret nothing, I apologize for nothing. And you can just go to the bottom of the lake and become fish food. Thank you, come again. Alright. Alright, where'd he go? There he is, he's up on my face. Ew. Alright, so... thank you. Alright. Where were we? We were back here, right? Right. Alright, so, where were we, damn it? Anyways, yeah, I'm just framing this out so when we're up above, there'll be less of a need to get in the water, but there probably will be a need to get in the water, on purpose or accidentally. Alright, now, if you've noticed my inventory while I've been speaking, you probably noticed the assortment of parts required to make a small craft. So let me get up here first and fill this in. Yeah. And if you saw these and assumed I'm building a small craft, you would be correct. I am making a small craft. That's kind of the idea. The concept is you build the platform like I am doing, and then you build a uprise, a riser, I guess you can say, something higher than ground level, which in this case would be like 1 block high, and then you build the essential cockpit of the ship on this block. Still with me? Okay. Once you build this ship and it's on top of a block, you can work around it a little bit. And what I intend to do is make sort of like a cage that extends out from the body of this small ship. Now this cage will extend to at least 3 sides of walls on this platform. Now these walls are going to have diagonal pieces, you know, kind of like a sawtooth pattern. Maybe not a repeat pattern, maybe just like one edge type thing to it, one sawtooth to it. It'll be at least 1 or 2 on each of the 2 sides, and then 1 near the entrance that the stairs is at, or maybe 2 at the entrance and 2 at each side. Now when you build the spider legs out from the small ship, you raise it up, and or you try to make it so that the spider legs extend all the way to the walls. Follow me still? So the spider legs will go to each of the walls to where the sawtooth pattern will be. So let me visually clarify the sawtooth. All right. So you got this, right? And if you put 2 of them together, you have a peak. Now, when you put out the spider legs, you have them come down so that when they get to the top of the peak on this kind of block, let's see, get it in view better. Then you start doing diagonals from the spider leg so that it goes down the angle of this block. So it's kind of like a socket or a funnel, so that when you lift the ship up and you go to seat it on there, it'll slide down like like a clamp. It'll slide down the edges of the clamp and the edges of the angle, the sawtooth there, and fit together, kind of like a puzzle piece. And if you have it on this side, and this side, and this side, and on all 3 sides for the ship fit into that socket, you're pretty much going to have your ship centered where you want it. You see what I'm saying? So you get the fine-tuning thing. It's going to take a lot of blocks to do this, especially on the small ship. But so basically you have a ship resting on these diagonal pylons, and because it's fitting on 3 sides, it's perfectly centered. It's not going to shift or slide. It's kind of locked in place. Now, from the bottom of the ship cockpit, we will build a smaller cage-like structure. It's going to be kind of like a forklift with prongs that come out, and there'll be basically 2 on top and 2 on the bottom underneath the ship, with funnel ends at the outside edges. So basically, when I bring the Star Fury in from this side, I'll align the wings up with those forklift prongs that are at the tips, flared out, so that they diagonally flared out, so that the ship, if I'm not oriented perfectly, it'll guide the wingtips of my ship into the proper slot, and I can essentially dock it underneath the cockpit of the small ship. And then I can get out, and because it'll be elevated, I can work on my Star Fury from underneath without having to be in space and worry about the risk up there. And I can also use it to build other ships and slide it in that kind of like that channeled slot, and kind of have a little bit of accuracy in building, if you're following what I'm meaning. And I hope I'm being clear in describing it. It's easier to picture it in my brain than it is to put it into words. So anyways, with all that blather coming out of my mouth, at least now you kind of have an idea of the goal that I'm working towards in this. So we're going to put this here, and then we're going to put an angled block. Rotate this, and we'll go like this. Go like that. And rotate it back. And go like that. Now, let's cut this one out here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the center will be the 5th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's see, should we... Yeah, we'll go in like that, and let's see if we can make sure we get the alignment of this right. Let's see, which way did I face that? I had the angle facing out. Got it. Alright, so eyeballing that target. There we go. Rotate back around. There. So, what we'll have is right here, dead center. It's dead center of the entrance. Dead center to these blocks. So, let me change the view here. Alright, there we go. So, this right here is the dead center of the landing platform. Now what we'll do, let's see, let me get these back out again. What we'll do now is rotate this. Oh, wrong one. There we go. And rotate this. There. So now what we'll do now is we'll put the block for the small ship right on top of this block. So just to get it initially started. Then what we do is we'll get the ship to hover, place blocks going down, or well, first we'll have blocks going out to here, stretching out to here, and to here. And then we'll get the ship to hover, and as we try to get it to hover, we'll try to get it so that it's raised up enough so that the Star Fury can fit underneath it comfortably, and we can be down underneath here so we can build that bottom wing. So I hope this is kind of clear. If you have any questions, well, one question I have is, why do I keep falling? Because I'm a clumsy oaf. But yeah, if you have questions about how this is to work, by all means, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm hoping the video will do better justice in demonstrating it than blathering on about it. Yeah. Let's see, I only got 11 blocks left. Jeez, it uses a lot of blocks. And it's going to be using a hell of a lot more just for the small ship. So let's get these cranking. We'll end this episode. We need to make more metal thingamabibs. So we'll make, well, we got tons of iron ingots, so this ain't a biggie. We'll make 300. Because we're going to need them no matter what. And then we'll make, I'm thinking, let's see, how much does it cost on these anyway? Metal plates by 2. I'm thinking we'll make 100 just to start. We can always make more, but I don't want to over-make them. If you know what I mean. So anyways, it's about the end of the episode. The next episode we'll definitely be getting into building the what I'm going to call the spider, mainly because of the spider legs that will be coming off of it. I mean, it kind of makes it a little self-naming. But yeah, this will be our docking platform for unconventional landing ships. Essentially ships that don't have a landing gear or conventional bodies for it. It'll be like a repair bay. Once we get the spider in place, we can put up kind of like catwalks just around the inside of the walls. On this side here is where we're going to be entering and exiting. Okay, so it's this wall, the back wall, and that one. We can put catwalks around it so we can get to various heights around the spider and around the docked ship to do whatever work and repairs we need to make on it. Now, I have not seen anybody else do this. It doesn't mean that nobody has done it. I just haven't seen it or have heard about it. So hopefully this is something that the other Empyrion players will think will be a useful way of playing the game. I mean, for me, it's useful because the Star Fury is not meant to land in an atmosphere or on a planet. It's supposed to land by being captured by hooks or something to that effect and placed on rails. It's not. It wasn't designed to have landing gear or anything like that. In fact, if I recall Babylon 5 enough, there was a new model of Star Fury called, I think, the Thunderbolt. It was like the Star Fury Mark II or 3, something like that. But anyways, it was built for atmospheric operations, and it had, instead of the TIE fighter-like central cockpit, it had a stretched out cockpit like an X-Wing, and it also had landing gear. The wings were actual functional wings that would provide lift and steering within an atmosphere, but it can also act in space. I didn't really want to make that model because, one, it looked too much like an X-Wing, and two, it just I don't know, the original space fighter, the Star Fury Mark One, was a cool design, and I figured, what the hell? Let's go with that. It's simpler. Although, after trying to build it here, not quite as simple as I thought. So, anyways, we'll oxygen up and call an ep. So, once again, I'd like to give my shout out to Shirley. Thanks again for watching my videos. You've been really, really sweet with your comments, and I really do appreciate you. I'm sure other YouTubers that you've commented to appreciate you as well. So thank you so much, and I really, really encourage you to get ready to make videos, because I would really look forward to seeing how you play video games. And if anything, it's just fun. So anyways, guys, that's it for my episode. If you like my episode, by all means, please click the like button. If you didn't like my episode, click the dislike button. But at least leave a polite or constructive comment as to why you didn't like my episode. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I might have one feeling, but I don't think you can hurt it. If you're bored with this video, then click the dislike button, then the like button. They'll cancel each other out, and it'll give you something to do. Right? I mean, unboredom, seek it. If you think my videos are worthy of sharing, then by all means, please share them. But if you don't, well, I'm not going to ask you to. Please subscribe so you can keep up to date with all my videos. By my calculations, this episode will be airing on September 1st and at 9 o'clock in the morning. By now, my 7 Days to Die episode has aired. This is now aired. But stay tuned, because I got a new game I'm adding today here on YouTube called Defense Grid The Awakening. I haven't set an exact schedule for it on how often I'll put an episode up. But if I have 7 Days to Die at 7 and Empyrion at 9, then Defense Grid may come out at 10 or thereabouts. So I hope you enjoy that game. And, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I really and truly do appreciate it. I do want to give one good shout out before I do leave to Haladmer. I have him linked on my my channel page. On the right hand of the screen is a list of all the YouTubers, the gamers that I watch and would strongly recommend for people to watch. And Haladmer is definitely worthy of being one of those guys. He's really cool. He's a fun guy. He does a live stream Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. I would strongly encourage you guys to watch his channel, and that's that, guys. So thanks for watching, and until next time, see you later. Twitch.